Hey, how's it going, guys? Today we're going to be talking about how to design a high value creator offer. So, most creators, they don't have a traffic problem. Like, you're good at getting attention. Awesome. But what you do maybe have is an offer problem. So, thinking that you need more views and more followers and more content to make money is just one small piece of the actual equation that is revenue. So if you have a weak offer and a huge audience won't save you, it's the offer that translates into money. So, like I wrote here, most people might say, hey, this is interesting, but we want to make them say, I need this right now. And so that's what we're going to go over in this video today. So by the end of it, you'll totally understand the exact pieces that go into making a valuable offer, and not just what to sell, but how to actually structure it so people want to buy it. Because most creators are not underpaid because they lack talent. They are underpaid because they haven't learned how to package their value correctly. And I've had so many conversations with such smart people, experts in their fields, people that are so knowledgeable, and they are great at getting attention, but they don't have a good offer in front of people. People don't know how to even give them money. And they are like, why am I still broke? Well, this is why you're broke. So let's get into it, y'all. But first, I'm Jacob Jones, and I help creators, experts, personal brands, service businesses, you name it. Is if you get eyeballs, I help you build systems on the back end that convert those eyes into leads, into money, into real things, so that you can feed your dream. You can actually make content and get paid for doing it. That is the whole process. So let's jump into part one here. We need to start with a painful problem. And if you didn't watch the video before this one where we go into how to actually find what your audience cares about, like how to dive into all the different signals of identifying that, watch this linked video right here, and it'll really go into helping you figure out how to find this painful problem. So let's jump into it now. So this is where most people mess up. They build offers around what you want to teach instead of what the market is desperate to solve. So remember, the market is selfish. They only care about what they care about. And we might know they need certain things, but they only think they need something. So we have to do our research and understand what they call certain things, how they feel about certain things. And really dive into that avatar, because what we're really wanting to find is what is pain for them. Why is it urgent? Are they losing money because of it? Is this an expensive problem for them? And are they emotionally frustrated? Because if you can pull on this thread right here, you can move mountains for people and make them give you lots of money because you're going to solve all these things. So people don't want fitness advice. There's thousands and thousands of places to get fitness advice, right? They want to lose 20 pounds, look better, and feel confident again. That is exactly what they want. They say something like, I'm sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, or like they've tried all this stuff and nobody ever tells me exactly what to do. So how would you reframe that? Is you come and you're like, hey, do you want to lose 20 pounds and feel amazing? I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that. And they're going to be like, thank God, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So we're going to really look for this painful problem and understanding the people that you're helping solve that problem for. All right, so part two. So we're selling the transformation, not the information. Information is boring, but this is what they need, but this is what they really want. And people buy things that they want, and we rarely buy things that we need. Let's dive into it. Nobody wakes up and says like, hey, I want that course that's got 6 modules, 12 video lessons. Like, no, that doesn't even make any sense. They want the outcome. They want that sexy body. They want that huge business that they're making tons of money. They want confidence. They want an amazing relationship. They want revenue coming in. They're looking for results. And that's how we're framing this transformation that we're going to give people. So instead of describing your offer like, I have a coaching program with weekly calls in a community that tells them absolutely nothing, it says, hey, I'm going to help Avatar turn your thing into clients with a monetization system, right? So this is more specific, which we get to here. But we're really going to talk to them. What is the transformation? Is I'm going to help you monetize your audience without doing any more things. So it's like, that's also part of it. We're taking away. We'll get into that in a second. So let's roll into part 3. So we're going to make the results specific. So people care about specificity. So they want clarity and specificity. So the more we can make somebody feel in their head that they totally understand what we're talking about, and there's no vagueness, because vague feels weak. It doesn't feel specific to them. I see that a lot in cold outbound, is if I sent you a generic message of like, let's say you're a plumber, and I was like, the first message was like, I can help you. I help businesses get more leads. He's going to be like, I don't care. It doesn't speak enough to him. But if the copy came across as, I can help you get 10 more emergency plumbing calls this month. Like, I don't actually sell to plumbers, so I don't know. That's not even specific enough of language, but it's more specific. It's speaking to their problems, high-value customers for them, things they can make money. So it's like, what do they want? They want their phone to ring, and they want good quality leads, and they want people that need to buy right now, an emergency plumbing call. That's going to be high ticket for them. So we really want to speak to their language and really look at what's urgent and what's needed and what's painful. So let's look at a couple of examples here. I help people grow online. Let's look a little bit better. I help creators design a monetization funnel that turns followers into book calls. Now, right here, followers into book calls. This is what I actually do. I help you turn followers, because who cares about followers? Everybody knows views don't matter. Likes don't matter. If all these people following you aren't converting into book calls or coming into your community or doing anything, this is all a giant exercise in futility. It's just a giant waste of time. So a couple more. I help people get healthier. I help busy men lose 15 pounds, very specific here, right? Rebuild their energy without living in the gym. So desire, transformation, and taking away the pain. I love this right here. This is a great one. So we're making the result easier to understand, clarity. We're being very clear. We don't want to confuse anybody. That's something I used to personally struggle with a lot, is I would overcomplicate things. Sometimes simpler is better. Like they say to write advertising at a, 4th grade reading level, something super basic. So it's like very clear. You don't have to think that the reader is just going to understand. Anybody should be able to read it and be like, I get it. They make the offer feel more real. So that's relating to them, where they understand it and they feel like you understand them. So now everything feels real. It doesn't feel pie in the sky. It doesn't feel like that's impossible for me. Like that is too big of a belief system to break over. Or they might even feel that you don't understand them. So they're like, this will never possibly work for me because of these reasons, because they don't know my business. Okay, so we got to make them feel like the offer is real. Make the buyer think this is for me. That's literally what I was just saying. All right, so increase perceived value. Now we're going to stack value and make it feel more expensive than the actual price. We're going to build a lot of value into the offer. So a high value offer is not just access to you. We're not just saying like, hey, you get to talk to me. Although sometimes that is the actual value, but that's not dressing it up well enough. So it's a complete path that helps someone get from point A to point B with less confusion, less wasted time, and less risk. So time to value is increased, and likelihood of success is also increased with everything we're going to give them here, right? So we might give them templates, frameworks, audits, feedback, community, accountability, implementation help, done for you pieces. So all the things that you know somebody needs to accomplish that pain. So they accomplish the transformation. We're going to be like, look, we're totally going to help you get through all of these things. And this is why, because we're going to give you all these points, boom, 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 boom. And we're building that belief system there that they're like, oh, I can actually do this because there's no way I can fail. So we're selling speed, clarity, support, and certainty. Certainty is such a big one, because one thing in face-to-face sales that they say is the thing that matters is whoever has the most confidence. Like, if a salesperson has lost their confidence, they're not going to close anybody anymore, because the prospect is going to be listening to them and not feel the confidence. They're going to be like, something is off here. Like, humans are so good at that. You can't quite put your finger on it, but you're like, the vibe is wrong. Something is wrong. So when we're selling through a system like this, we got to build certainty through a different means, and we got to build confidence through all these things we're putting into place to make that person feel like, holy crap, even though I'm so dumb and I don't know how to do anything and I'm so busy, I can absolutely still do this. That's what they got to feel. And that's where you got to approach it with folks. So next, we got to remove risk and friction. We got to take away anything that they're like, this is why I can't do it. We're going to remove risk. So everybody always defaults to price. Price is the problem. Price is the problem. Price probably isn't the problem. It's they don't have certainty. Like, it's the same reason. Like, dude, I will give you all my money if I know I'm going to make ridiculous amounts of money back. Like, it's when it's a literal no-brainer offer, that's what we're looking for here. Building certainty so we can charge high amounts of money. So what is usually the issue? Uncertainty. If people feel like it's not going to work for them. So your job is to reduce their friction. So how can we do it? Case studies, testimonials, showing that the process is so clear. Strong positioning. Guarantees have gotten so out of hand, especially since the Hormozi era of guarantees. It's like, hey, if this doesn't work for you, I'm going to buy you a private jet and fly you to a private island. And that's the guarantee. Like, we've gone so far off the rails with guarantees that people are almost blind to them. So what I'm currently seeing work the most is stacking testimonials and case studies. And it's really being able to align people with other people that look similar to them. Because if I can be like, hey, I can put myself in this guy's shoes and he looks so like me, like, and I'm like, oh, I see exactly how he did it. So I feel like I can do that too. And we do that through case studies and testimonials. And I also try to do that through something I call contextual selling. So, and I'll get into that in the next video. But that way, when you know exactly where a prospect came from, you know exactly what pain point they were leaning into, and then you can place certain case studies and testimonials. You can be so strategic about being able to make that prospect feel known and understood and give them so much clarity that they can just walk right through your offer and they're like, this is perfect. This is for me. This is what I've been looking for my entire life. And that is the result and feeling that we want to put off to them. So we're making people confident, right? So a strong offer solves a painful problem. We're fixing things for people. We're selling transformation, not information. Information's free now. Just go to any chat bot and you can get whatever information you want. We got to make people feel known, understood, and that this is how they can do it. We're building a belief and showing them the way. We're being specific and we're increasing the perceived value there, right? So all these things we just talked about. So it goes from here's my course to here's the solution to the problem you've been stuck with. We're going to pull people over the transformation bridge. It's the customer journey of you are here, and I'm going to make sure you are here. But at the end of the day, a strong offer still won't make you all the money, and we really have to build a back-end sales system process. And the way I like to approach that, and we're going to get into the next video, is being very contextual, having multiple inlays where people get to come experience you and your brand, and they can come into it in so many different ways and feel like you understand them no matter where they're coming from, even if they all converge into the same fix, right? But we got to make people feel known, and that's a differentiation that we're going to really be working on here. But if that sounds interesting and you just want me to help you work on this and set it all up for you, you can work with me directly at Huntora.com, or you can join my free community and learn more. It's called the Creator Revenue System on School. Also, links in the description below. And please like and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be making more content like this. I'm going to be getting better at making the content like this. And other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and let's go make some money.